This is something that I saw Warren Buffett this year. I went with Alec Hogg and we sat and they asked him about technology. I've got 2 quotes in this thing, and his response to technology is amazing. It's so insightful and so deep. He says technology used to be the domain of the few. Now it's a fabric woven into how we live, work, and play. Today it has the power to create and destroy value in unprecedented manners. It is absolutely astonishing. That's a big deal for every organization. Right? Go to the next slide. This is Fareed Zakaria, and I took a picture of this. You can see it's a television. I just took it with my phone. He was interviewing the head of the NSA, and he said what was amazing, Al-Qaeda spent 23 years trying to overturn the Mubarak regime. A bunch of kids using social media did it in weeks. It's absolutely phenomenal. Go to the next one. He said when we asked plotters, so the guys that they capture, these suspected terrorists, what got them started, it says it's inevitably a mouse and a computer screen. Right? And it's inevitably a smartphone. Because the things in your hands today, stop calling them phones. They are not phones. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. I used to go around telling people they're not phones, they're data platforms. Because people are doing more data-oriented services on their phones than they're doing voice. But I've changed that now. There's this new architecture, and hopefully today I'm going to tell you 1 or 2 or 3 things. And one of them is your phone is no longer a mobile device, a voice device. It's no longer a data device. In my opinion, it's a sensory rendering real-time engine. A sensory rendering peripheral engine that does stuff in real time. And I'm going to talk about that architecture and why it's important that everyone understands these new capabilities and what does it mean. Let's go to the next one. In fact, the girl okay, you can leave it there. The girl that did the overthrowing at Egypt, I presented with her at TED. This is amazing. At MoMA, they've got this display, and I've got an apartment in Brooklyn, New York, and this is happening in Brooklyn at the moment. People are putting USB sticks in the walls, and guys are walking up to it, putting data in it, and it's this disconnected network. What's very, very interesting about this is there's 2 things I observed with this. Number one is people want surfaces to communicate and have the ability to store data. And I think you need to watch out for this. I think tabletops, walls, you're going to get thin film capability where we'll render data on walls, where walls will understand who you are, and things will be customized around you based upon settings. And I think there's the one big thing that you need to watch out for too, is what I call multi-screening, where your phone knows so much, your phone is so capable that your phone will start tethering application sets that are more static on your machines. So as you show up to the machine, those application sets will read from the phone historical information, geographical location information, and act differently. That's a big thing, but this is very, very interesting. Second thing is, I think what's interesting here is there's no viruses on this network whatsoever. There's no spam, there's no anything, it's clean. And it's been around for a year, and people say, well, that's unsafe, and you'll get viruses. Well, guess what? It's completely clean. Move to the next one. Okay, this is a project that I got involved in, and maybe I should skip over, but let me quickly speak about this. This is in MoMA right now, Museum of Modern Art, and some MIT kids and I, when I was at Novell in the United States, we bumped into each other, we stayed in contact, and we did a little experiment with this little robot. It's about that high. It's about 2.5, 3 foot high. And inside of it is a very simple motor. It's not a robot. It's just a cardboard little man that can move forward. It falls over often. It can't even go side left or right. It just moves forward. We put a little flag into it, and on the top of the flag, originally it said, help me, I am trying to get to this address. And the address from where we deployed it was 10 blocks away. So what we did is we left this little robot in Washington Square, or Washington Park in New York, near Soho. We left it and we walked away, and we had 2 kids just record what people would do, just to see what the effect would be. And guess what? The little guy got, without any damage, undamaged, got to its destination 10 blocks away. But what was very interesting is people would walk past this little guy, and he'd be stuck, or it would be stuck, and they'd fix it and then help it in this direction, look at the flag, help it across the road. People would cycle by it, stop, and then look at it, and then see, well, okay, wait a minute, I can help you, and move it along, and then kids would walk with it for a while, get bored, and leave. But inevitably, it got to its destination. This is a very interesting social experiment, and at the time, I was very deep into open source software. And that's that whole notion that as human beings, we love to collaborate, we love to help. And this whole notion of crowdsourcing, where you get multiple people together, and then, wisdom of crowds and all of that.